Hello there, lovely people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be hosting this show another day. And for those who are new here, my name is Carol, and I am the host for the show. And today we are going to be getting I don't know whether I will call it inspiration, but I will be rather be sharing my story, and it is touching on mental health awareness, and therefore I will just share how I dealt with pain. It is going to be very candid, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to get emotional in this show because yeah, let's just say yeah. So basically, um I'm already getting anxious. um so basically it's something that happened to me, and it really affected my mental well-being. And yeah, I have had scenarios where I've had a mental breakdown, but this particular one really lingered for some more time. This particular one really took longer to go away than any other issue that I've dealt with. Yeah. So to start with, I am going to say, I know I'm not going to be sharing details of what really happened to me, but what I really want to share is what it did to me. Yeah, exactly. What it did to me, and how did I cope? How was it? So it is less of someone that is going to motivate you, but more of someone who is sharing how they dealt with pain and my journey through healing. Okay, yeah. So it so happened in 2020. I went through a very tragic moment, and when I say tragic, I mean tragic, because even now as I say this, I'm feeling like I'm getting emotional. So yeah, so I didn't know what to do when that whatever happened, and I got confused, I got devastated, I got frustrated, every adjective that can describe pain. So, you know, I come from a very solid Christian background. That's something I usually say in my videos. And so I thought of God when I got in that situation. I thought of God, and unfortunately at that particular moment I could not. Unfortunately, at that particular moment, I could not be able to pray for myself, and I felt so downcast, by the way, very, very downcast. So the first thing that I thought of, I maybe, yeah, a man of God would help me in this situation. Yeah, and you know, I attend Parkland Baptist Church here in Nairobi, and so I thought of my pastor, Pastor Simon Wangi. You know, he's cool and all that. And so I didn't have his number at that particular moment, so I called one of my friends. I don't know whether I called him or I texted him, but I told him to give me Pastor Simon's number, and so he gave me Pastor Simon's number, and I called Pastor Simon. By the way, this is a man of God that I really respect, because you know, it's not any day that a random person calls you, as much as you are a man of God and you ready to listen to them. And so when I called him, he picked up. Okay, actually I texted him, and then I told him, can I call you? And then he was like, yeah, you can call me. And so I called him, and then I explained what I was going through. And as I explained, I'm feeling like I wanna cry. As I explained, I was crying, uncontrollably, and he was patient with me. He listened, and then after that, he counseled me spiritually as a mom of God. He prayed with me. Yeah, I'm feeling emotional. And after that, um, yeah, he took me through the journey, and he would call me every now and then to find out how I'm coping. and he would send me a lot of Bible verses. I know, God bless you, man of God, Pastor Simon, God bless you. And some days were better than others, some days, but no, in 2020 I don't think there's any day that was better than other. What I did is, whenever I was in a crowd, say maybe I'm at work, I would pretend that I was okay. And whenever I was with people, I would just pretend I'm okay. But sometimes I would just want to just get home, open that door, and just cry, and I will cry a river. I would cry. Yeah, I know I'm a crybaby, but that particular moment, I cried my heart out. So I allowed myself to feel it. So I was going through that, and despite that I was crying, sometimes I was getting I would get even suicidal. And one thing, thank God I am a coward. Thank God I am a coward. Thank God I am a coward. I cannot even be able to harm myself. I can't do it. I had the feelings, I had the thoughts, but I could not get the courage to harm myself because I'm a coward. And yeah, and then I was thinking, then I killed myself, and then my family, they're going to be so devastated. They're going to be affected by the issue. And then, all this time my family never knew about what I was going through, because even now they don't know. Whatever happened. Even now they don't, because I didn't want to bring my family to this place where they're going to be, I knew if my family knew about what happened to me, they're going to be more affected than even me, because blood is thicker than water, and they're going to feel it, and then they're going to, I hope you get I mean, what I'm trying to say. And so I didn't tell my family, and whenever they would call me, I would pretend I was okay. And if I was getting emotional, if they called me, I would pretend it is because I had lost my job at that particular time, because in 2020 I lost my job also. So whenever I got emotional, I would pretend it's because I lost my job. But the other issue was more serious than losing the job. And so yeah, I can just say that even until now, I don't think I have healed completely. That is what I want to say, because I don't want to pretend that I am coping so well. I am not. But one thing I know, I'm not the kind of person that, okay, sometimes maybe I do, but I rarely share about what I'm going through, especially if it's something that is sensitive, something that is gonna affect me. And then I'm also a very sensitive person, and I fear people. You tell someone what you're going through, and then they're like, blah, 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 blah. So, no, I don't like to share, by the way. I don't like. And so, somehow, 2021, I was trying to cope somehow. Yeah, somehow, not completely. Yeah, and then something happened that triggered me to, remember something happened again. And then I was like, time. And then in 2022, now, by the way, as I'm sharing this, it is exactly 2 years since whatever happened. And so this years, just some days ago, that's why I felt I needed to share this video. Maybe as a way for me to heal. Sometimes when you share something, you take it like you're taking it away out of your heart, and you get to heal better. And so in 2022, this year, a few days ago, I happened to share that issue with someone. And when I shared, I realized I had so okay not like had a long way to go, because at least nowadays I don't cry like I used to cry before. Sometimes I cry a little bit, but those days I used to cry like, I think daily I would just cry. And so the other day when I shared that issue with someone close to me, I realized that I am still hurting. And the truth is, even as I talk to you, I'm feeling like crying, but I don't want to cry. So, yeah, in front of the camera. So when I felt like that wound was fresh. You know, there's someone who said sometimes things, you might have a cut wound like on your hand, and you forget about it that you have a cut wound, and then when maybe you touch something that is going to irritate that surface, that is when you realize, wow, I still have a cut wound. And like maybe it says sanitizer or spirit, that's something that is going to irritate that surface. You remember, wow, oh, so I was hurt, I almost forgot. And that is what happened sometime this year. And as I was sharing, I remembered, yeah, I got a meltdown, a bad meltdown. Even the person I was telling, they were like, yeah, I think they didn't know how to do it with me, or yeah, but they tried to comfort me and all that. But what I'm trying to say is that healing healing is not something that you can say that can be copied. Like someone else did it this way, someone else is gonna do it this way. And something else I say and I always know and believe about pain is that you cannot feel someone else's pain. The way I feel, you cannot feel it for me. The way you feel your pain, I cannot feel it for you. And don't give yourself a timeline for healing. Sometimes you feel like you've moved 10 steps or whatever, like a few steps ahead, and then after sometimes you realize you've gone back like even several more steps. And it so happens to the best of us. But what I'm trying to say is that pain cannot be felt for one another. But what really matters is some things do happen to the best of us. Even the people that, yeah, we feel maybe something might not. Some things we feel that they are not something that we deserve. But who deserves bad things anyway? Who does? Nobody deserves bad things, and they happen to anyone. And as long as we are in this world, bad things happen, but also good things happen. Something I would like to encourage us is that look beyond your pain. And something that, as much as I have my lows and up moments, something that I like to tell myself is look beyond the pain. And sometimes I remind myself I could have it worse. As much as I feel sometimes it's too much, but sometimes I tell myself I could have it. I could. I tell myself I could have it worse. And sometimes, as much as there are those bad things that are happening, look at the brighter side of things. There are good things that are happening in our lives. So I don't want to concentrate on the bad things that happen. I want to concentrate on the good things that happened in my life, because there are so many, by the way, a lot of things. And I want to appreciate the people that love me, people that care for me, and yeah, they are concerned for my well-being. So, and also some things, as much as we would want them to go away, like in the scenario whereby Paul, a servant of God, there's a time he was going through, I think, so much pain, and he prayed to God 3 times, and he told God that he removes the thorn from his flesh. But you know what God told Paul? God told Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. So No matter what you're going through, look at the brighter side. And I do not want to underestimate your pain, because I have been there. And I know sometimes some other person, when they look at your pain, they might underestimate it. Your pain is valid. Whatever you feel is valid. That is what I want to tell you. Whatever it is valid. But then you have to get to a space then you have to get to a safe space whereby there's something that you can do that is going to help you to heal day by day. And sometimes we do not heal completely, but we get to adapt coping measures that are going to help us to cope with whatever that it is. And my safe space was my pastor, whom I talked to. And he prayed for me, he counseled me, and he was there with me during those tough times. You can just get what is gonna help. Maybe you might need to enroll into therapy. Maybe you might need to maybe talk to a friend, or maybe you don't want to talk to nobody, because it is okay. Whatever you're feeling is okay, because we are not meant to be strong all the time. We break sometimes. If you can journal about whatever you're going through, you can take a walk, you can do exercise. And sometimes when you get overwhelmed by the pain, I tell people, and so that's what I also tell myself, it is okay to soak in that pain. It is okay to allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. If it is you feel like you want to cry, cry a river, cry. But one thing I tell people, do not allow that pain consume you, because at the end of the day, there people are going through stuff. That is something that we cannot escape. A reality, that is a reality we cannot escape from. But do not do not sink down. Do not sink down. Whatever it is, as bad as it may seem, there is always a solution for everything. And sometimes the solution might not eradicate your pain completely, but what I say, it might alleviate the pain. So the reason why I shared, maybe it was not even because I wanted to educate someone, but maybe me sharing my pain, someone is going to resonate with it, or as much as I do not give the details, and maybe someone is going to know that they are not alone as they go through whatever they're going through. And also, we are work in progress, and you can be a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. That's what I tell myself. So do not give up hope, and it is not over until God says it's over. So may you feel encouraged. Myself, I'm glad to share my story, because as I do this, I am going to continue healing, and we shall continue healing together. And I am wishing you a good and a great mental health, and may you have a good mental well-being. And God bless you. Until next time, bye bye.